And Congressman, thanks for being here today. Appreciate it. So how much do these Democrats want to cut out of the military's budget?
Well, David, thanks for having me on. Listen, their effort is serious. They've tried this in the past to reduce our military budget by 10%. Let me tell you, that would truly be a hollowing out of the military. It would be catastrophic to this nation's capability to deter our adversaries like China, like Russia, like North Korea and Iran. It would not be good for this country. It would really endanger our national security.
Now, aren't there enough Democrats from states that rely on military outposts and companies that manufacture military supplies? Aren't there enough of those Democrats from those districts that would prevent anything like this from happening?
Well, David, there has been a number of those individuals in the past that have stood up and said, no, we are not going to reduce our defense budgets. But what I think is critically important is there are 50 members that have signed on to this letter, and there could be more out there that just decided not to sign on to the letter. What I have asked them to do is to go and receive these classified briefings. Look at the threats that we face today. And I guarantee you, if they hear the same things that I have heard, they will remain awake at night, just as I do, as I understand and worry about the threats that we face from China, Russia, North Korea, and Iran.
Now, I know you can't mention documents that have intelligence in them that would give information to our enemies. I don't want you to do that. But can you tell us in general what that threat is? We know that China has its eye on Taiwan, is going to continue to take over Hong Kong. Is it that sort of thing, or are there other graver threats that our military needs to be prepared for?
Well, David, there are threats in every realm: on the sea, in the air, in space, in cyberspace. All those areas collectively create a significant threat to the United States. So it's not just one area, but it's that building Chinese capability. And it's in many areas where they have surpassed United States capacity and capability militarily. That concerns me because anytime in this history of mankind where we've seen an imbalance between great powers, we have seen conflict. What we want to do is to have a strong military to deter conflict, to keep the Chinese from thinking that they could gain an advantage, to make sure that we keep those environments that they think they could operate in uncontested, to make sure that they remain contested. We do that by a strong United States military.
You know, it seems every time we get the advantage of being strong and everybody stays away from us, our enemies do, somebody comes along and talks about a peace dividend. We don't have to be spending all that money, and then we fritter it away, that advantage, and somebody takes advantage of us. It's happened so often in this country's history. Congressman Robert Wittman, thank you very much for what you're doing. Appreciate it.
Thank you, David.